What was your thought that I told you to hold on to?
Last night's approach.
God, you're good.
So
I would have never remembered that.
I've been waiting for this one.
Okay, good. Yeah, let's go.
So last night we were at a bar in Cornelius, and we saw this girl just kind of roaming around. I'd had some drinks, so again, everybody's my best friend. And I had told my friend that I was gonna go talk to that girl, and she goes, "Okay, I want to know her name in 30 seconds." I was like, "Don't try me, because I will." And I approached her, and I was like, "Hey, like, are you okay?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, I'm fine." And she's just wandering around. I was like, "Okay, well, I'm going to go to the bathroom. All good things for women happen in the women's bathroom at a bar. Like, that's just what happens." So we went
lesbian stuff?
No, calm down. all the good all the good conversations happen in the women's bathroom.
I'll
what do you guys
identify
talk
as a
about?
woman.
Pads?
No,
Pad
we just
sizes?
talk. No, what? No.
Brands?
We just
I'm a
don't-
fucking guy.
Model
all right?
numbers?
I don't know what
we
happens
just-
in there.
You don't need to know.
Is it weird that never mind.
Keep going.
Say it.
No.
Say it.
Okay. Is it weird for someone to use 8 pads within like a day period?
Why are we wearing pads? They're like
She's
diapers.
11.
Are you okay?
That's why you want to.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Okay, yeah, that just got.
Let's move on.
Anyways,
We can discuss this after. Get her advice after the podcast.
I said, wait, I don't want to share this.
I get it. Okay.
But no, Michelle had to push.
I wasn't just me. Rain did it too.
Anyways, well, until
Fuck off and fuck off.
I found out.
Anyways, keep going there. I talk
Anyways.
about pads in the bathroom.
So you're a tampon woman versus pads?
For sure.
Okay, wow.
Yeah.
I hear both sides. Like tampons suck, pads suck.
Yeah, I'm not. Anyways,
Yeah.
Have you ever
Continue.
orgasmed by?
we're okay.
Nah. This is a rain question.
So
I don't know if I would ask that. I am curious.
I'm in. Shut up.
Keep going. Okay.
So
I'll turn our mics off if we have to.
I'm just gonna not.
Okay, let her go. Let her go. Let her go.
Anyways,
You're the
we're having the
We'll be quiet.
conversation, and then we're walking back outside where we were, and she's like, "Stop." She's like, "You're gonna meet my fiance," and I was like, "Okay, cool. Like, you're wandering around like you're lost, but okay." So,
Oh my god, dude.
All right. Tip of the tongue, the teeth, the lips.
so I go and I meet her fiance. They're not getting married. That's just what they call each other. Just
Okay. All right.
all right. We're talking about how they're not getting married, whatever. And then they look at me and they're like, "So you want to come back with us tonight?"
Swingers.
We just talked about this. Okay. All
I
right.
was like,
Did you?
No. I was like, no, I'm hanging out with my friends, and I pointed over there and where they were, and they were just like, "Oh no, you'll be fine with us. You know, we can tell them where we're going. We'll give them their." I was like, no, I'm not. No, you got the wrong one.
See, it's those pushy ones
Yeah,
that
like-
make it really creepy.
Yeah, they just kept going. They were like, "No, you can come." Even then, she was
They
saying
just
all of
kept
it, and then
trying.
he joined in, and he was
Yeah.
like, "Oh no, let's get your number. Maybe next time when you're not with your friends, we can hit you up and we can meet up." And I'm like, "No, we can't. We really can't."
We follow OSHA standards, double condom, dental dams.
So I walked back over to my friends, and then my friends walked inside. And the girl approached my friend and was like, "So are you guys the reason Michelle won't come home with us?"
Wow.
What?
That is super pushy.
And
Ho. Which person, man or woman?
the woman,
The woman approached your
my
friend, like just out of nowhere. Had she talked to her, had conversation prior to her approaching?
yeah.
So you were kind of talking amongst as a group?
No, the group, when they invited me over, it was just us three. But my friend was a part of the conversation with just the female beforehand.
Okay.
So they had already talked at some point.
Okay.
But afterwards, when they went inside, they're like, "So you guys are the reason Michelle won't come home with us?"
So
It's like,
maybe she was, I was going to say planting the seed within your friend, but then it's weird that
I
she...
was like,
Are
Michelle's...
you the reason?
Yeah.
That's
The
How did-
reason is Michelle's just not.
How did she say it? Like, did she, I mean, do you know,
that?
like,
Well, I mean, I wasn't part of that conversation. I wasn't there.
I ask this question a
This
lot.
is secondhand information.
I ask this question a lot. I guess maybe because I'm a very sarcastic, joking person, and like saying something like that, like if she were to approach and be like, "So you're the reason she won't come home with us," ha ha ha.
I think
Or
if they hadn't been so pushy with me,
right.
anyways.
But if she came in like kind of rude about it, like,
Yeah.
"So you're the reason,"
Yeah, I don't know how it was delivered.
right?
But I feel like because of how pushy they had already been with me
Yeah,
to get
true,
me to go home
true.
with them, because I ended the conversation by going, "I'm actually going to go to my friends right now."
So did your friend
And-
respond with anything? Like,
But we also have to look at the motive of her friend. Like, why would her friend tell her a different context of that? Like, her friend has no motive in lying.
No, she's going to be like straight up
Whose
with
friend?
me.
Michelle's
My
friend.
Michelle's friend.
Because she's getting this information from her. So Michelle's getting this information from her friend. Her friend has no motive into changing the fluctuation of the voice.
Right. Right. Okay.
So-
yeah.
so, yeah.
So when your friend told you about it, how did she tell you? Like,
She I mean, it was just like, so
Like,
you
I
guys
can't
are the
believe
reason
this
Michelle
bitch
won't come
just-
home.
yeah.
Like, it didn't really come off in a joking tone, but it didn't come off in that like condescending
she was
tone
just
either.
like, "Hey, listen, this is
Yeah.
what she talked to me about or
And
said."
she told her, she was like, "No, she's a grown woman. She can do whatever she wants." And I mean, because she knows I will do whatever I want. But
I mean, the
don't wanna do
audacity
that.
to come to her and say
Like,
that.
the fucking
Like,
audacity.
seriously.
And the thing is, the dude's using his fiance, quote unquote, to like do that.
Yeah.
Speaks more volumes too. It's like, dude, if you don't have the game to,
So her walking around looking lost was their approach.
yeah,
Approach as in looking for
A female to join in,
then
because
they picked
girls
you.
check on girls at bars. Don't
Yeah,
care
right.
if she's wandering around looking lost. We're gonna be like, "Hey, are you all right? Like, everything okay?" And that was her in.
So she's the one that approached you first.
I approached her
You approach.
because she looked
yeah,
lost.
yeah. She looked lost.
Okay.
She looked lost wandering around the bar, and I was like, "Hey, everything okay? Like, I'm walking to the bathroom. You want to come with me?"
What
Not
made her
making
look
it weird.
lost?
Just wandering around, just not talking to anybody.
Did you have a drink in hand?
She did. She did. But again,
How long does somebody? I mean, how big was this bar? Like, how long does somebody have to walk around before they look lost in a bar?
I mean, it was on the patio where everybody's kind of hanging out with their groups.
So you just noticed that she was just alone
she was
for a
wearing
long time.
bright ass pink shirt, like
And
she
that
stood
too.
out.
Now she looks. Yeah, she stands out.
Stands
Yeah.
out.
Yeah.
He was also wearing pink, so it was weird.
wonder
So
if
when
that's a
she
thing.
when she looked
Probably.
when she looked lost, but was he with her?
No.
So she was.
I thought she was legitly
Okay,
alone.
okay.
That's why I approached her.
Wow. So that's crazy.
What's the first thing you said to her when you approached her?
It was
Are
just
you
like,
okay?
"Hey, are you okay?"
And then
Like,
she said,
she was just like, "Oh yeah," and I was like, "Well, do you just want to? I'm going to the bathroom if you want to walk with me." And I mean, I'm very friendly when I'm drinking.
"So
As opposed to when she's like, she's fucking
mention the lesbian thing."
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. You don't look like a lesbian.
I'm not a lesbian. I can promise.
Is there a look?
Yeah, I think so.
It's not.
Maybe. It's not
happening.
her.
Teach me this look because my ex-wife does not look like a lesbian. Anyways,
So
do they get their haircut at Supercuts?
great clips, whichever. So you went to the bathroom with her. Did she kind of unload on you there, or
No, we were laughing, talking, whatever.
Wow.
Like,
So
So-
you got approached by a woman instead of a man.
So she approached you, and you went to the bathroom. From that point, you met her boyfriend.
yeah,
So leaving the bathroom, you walked out with her.
with her. Yeah.
Like as if you're gonna kind of hang out with her outside the bathroom a little bit, and then she leaded you to where her boyfriend
she was. Like, "Oh, you're
was.
gonna come out and meet my fiance," and I'm like, "Oh, cool." And then we
So you
had a-
didn't think at that point, like, okay, she does have somebody here.
Well, yeah, but I mean, at this point, we've already made that friendship. Let's
Okay,
go.
cool.
Like-
So then you go over and you start hanging out with your fiance, and
Casual conversation.
Casual
to come home with
conversation.
me. Us.
led into coming home with us.
Yes.
How long did it take them to bring up coming home
15, 20 minutes.
with Jesus?
Wow.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
They were fishing with
Yeah, they were.
big rods.
They left not long because I didn't see them again. Once I walked off, I did not see them again.
Okay.
Because every time I went to the bathroom, I kind of looked because
Yeah.
at that point it's awkward and I was a little uncomfortable with how pushy they were and making a comment to my friend. Mm-hmm. So I would look and make sure. Luckily, the bar was pretty dead. So
You said you were pretty drunk, right?
I
But
was,
I mean, regardless of being as intoxicated as you were, you sound like you're very self-aware.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. I can drink and have a great time, but I still know what's going on around me.
Yeah.
Like I'm not getting obliterated to the point where I have no idea what's going on.
I know I black out and I'll say some fucked up shit and get punched by 70-year-old men, but I always know what
Nobody wants to fight me when I'm drunk because I'm nice.
they want to fight me because I just say bad things.
I mean,
Speaking of, Bill's going to be on the podcast.
I know,
We
we
talked
talked
about this.
about
We got to
this,
figure out a weekend. You haven't let me know yet.
We do.
oh,
September. Yeah.
We have a local that goes to one of the places that we like to go to when we have our nights out, and his name is Bill.
Bill.
His name is Bill. He was sitting at the end of the
Billy
bar one
Goat.
day, and we all went and sat. And we actually helped the bartender close down the bar that night. I was wiping down tables, flipping
Oh,
up
shit.
chairs. Like, I wanted her to go to the next place with us. The bartender was cool as shit.
Let's get this bitch out of here. We like her.
She was, so we were like, "What are you going over there?" And she's like, "As soon as I get all this done." And I was like, "What do you have to do?" It's just like wipe down tables and flipped up chairs. So that's what we were doing. I was wiping down the damn tables, flipping chairs. Like, let's go.
Teamwork makes dream work.
Well, Bill came. Bill's an old man. Bill came, and
So was my
apparently
Bill.
at some point, Bill got handsy with me, and I looked at him and said, "Bill, don't get handsy." And then Bill left. I haven't seen Bill since.
Yeah, I don't blame Bill.
Bill left.
Bill.
All right, so the swinger couple, did they like say that they wanted to record it?
But are they swingers? Because they're both wanting to join in. No, we didn't get into detail.
I mean,
I mean,
guess-
it sounds like a birthday gift,
It's-
honestly.
No, they do
I
this.
wouldn't-
They know what they're doing.
I mean, it just sounds like a couple looking for another female.
Yeah.
Did they?
I mean, not necessarily swingers,
Right.
but
So you didn't see them afterwards, but you did say you saw them leaving.
No, I didn't see that. I guess they left because
Okay.
I didn't see them
'Cause
anymore.
my next question was like, did they find somebody?
you didn't exchange numbers or anything like that.
I have a feeling I did give her my number before things.
But so did you ever hear from them again?
No. If I do, y'all will know.
Maybe she was too drunk to
Yeah, no, they
Save it.
might have just went to the next place. I mean, you said the bar was
looking
dead.
for another
Yeah, the
victim.
bar was pretty dead. Like
Yeah.
they had a funk cover band or something. I don't know. I didn't listen to it at all.
That's nuts. So like, how much did he talk to you?
A lot. It was
Really?
literally like, it was good conversation. We were just hanging out. And then all of a sudden it turned into like, so come home. No.
Okay. Oh, okay. So when you went out of the bathroom, she mentioned just meeting
Yeah.
the fiance.
Like you're going to go, I'm going outside and
But he made the advance.
she started the conversation of me going home with them.
Really?
She started the conversation.
So
Can you give us a rundown of conversation? Not word for word, but just like who
Before-
was speaking who.
before we get into that though? Like, well, no, that's a good question. Yeah. So
I mean,
I was just gonna say-
I'm remembering as much as I can.
Okay, so it started out in the bathroom basically,
Yeah.
and then you went back to table. Let's hear, not word for word, like I said, just a roundabout of how the conversation
We
went.
were just talking about they had like 4 kids or something like that, and how he's being a stepdad. He's stepping up to be a stepdad, and I told him that was cool. Like it was like the kids may not accept you now, but eventually one day they might. Like I hated my stepdad for a long time, and now as well, once I hit an adult, I'm like, oh shit, he did actually like me. I do kind of like him, like. And that's what the conversation was. It was just their family dynamic, what they're going through, just it was kind of in a way they were trying to get that emotional side of me in the conversation before they were like, "Oh, you're really good. You want to come home with us?" No. But that's all the conversation was talking
was
about
he an
the kids.
attractive man?
I mean, he wasn't awful looking. She was pretty.
Did she-
they weren't an ugly couple.
Did she make any passes at you in any way? Like
Not
tell
like,
you you're beautiful or, any kind of lesbian stuff?
No.
No? Did he make any?
No.
He didn't show his
So-
bulge or anything?
No.
Yeah, I mean that would be my next move if they said no. It's just like throw
Show
it out
your
there.
bulge.
Just throw
Yeah,
it.
just
Okay.
throw the elephant out
Right.
there.
Well, when you don't have one, you
It wouldn't have worked
Just move on to the
me,
next.
so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, I throw out my pinky toe because that's about what I'm at.
you see that pinky toe down there? That's what it is.
is.
But I just don't understand going from let's talk about your kids to hey, you want to go home with us?
It's building the rapport.
So
It's
weird.
completely.
I wonder if the kids were
manipulative.
at home.
I doubt it. I'm gonna give them the benefit of the doubt that it wasn't
Yeah.
like they were with grandma and grandpa, and this was like their thing that they do on
Or
the weekends.
they weren't their kids together, so they may have been like with
Yeah.
their co-parent.
Could have
or
been like
whatever.
7 different parents in that entire
Yeah.
situation.
Yeah.
No, there's only 4 kids. Yeah.
I think it's possible.
Probably.
But that was a first for me. I was like, I don't even know how to react right now.
Yeah. So what did your friend like? You ran over and told your friend right away.
I
Like,
walked over there and I wanted them to like know this
Yeah.
is what happened, and they knew I was uncomfortable.
So basically, stay on alert.
Yeah, the girl I was hanging out with, I've known since high school, like 2006, I think is when we met, something like that. I've known her forever, and these are my best friends. Like, I know they have my back no matter what. So if I'm uncomfortable in a situation, they're with me. I can just tell them, and they'll make sure like
Yeah.
nothing's gonna happen.
Okay. So then when the woman approached your friend, like, I kind of want to know what your friend thought because you've already told her what's going on.
Yeah.
So
Well, she said, she's an adult. She's going to do what
Yeah.
she wants.
Or she could have. It's Michelle. We don't have any control over that.
As soon as
Yeah.
as soon as she approached her friend, as soon as that conversation was over, did she run to you and be like, "Listen"?
She didn't run straight to me. Like when she came back out, because she was just in getting beers. And so when she came back out, she just like, yeah, they talked to me a little bit, and they were like, are you the reason Michelle won't come home with us?
So it's all right. So out of the 4, that was 4 total.
Yeah.
Out of the 4 total, the one guy that was just very genuine got your number, but it fizzled out.
Yeah.
So what would you suggest men to do? I mean, I know the answer, but what would you suggest men to do when they are approaching one, not ask for threesomes, but what's the next one?
Just wait, not do. Don't
Don't
overthink it.
Yeah. Okay. So.
Well, like I said, just go into it like you're talking to another human being.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Just-
So you just want the genuine.
You don't have to go in with that immediate compliment. You don't go up and say, "Hey, how are you?"
Don't compliment. Don't talk about a relationship. Don't talk about your past relationships, and don't fucking trauma dump. Just
Yeah.
talk to this person like they're a normal person, and if you can establish a rapport with just that, then it has the potential to move forward.
Maybe not rapport with the kids. Would you say that that's probably
I mean, you don't have to offer that information like immediately. Like, what do you mean?
For me, I don't know what exactly you're saying, but like if I meet a girl and she has kids, I want to wait until her and I are both like 100% okay, this is something we really want. And then it's like, okay, now I'm ready to meet your kids.
Oh yeah, you.
Oh no, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about like
bringing it up in the conversation.
bringing it up. Like, would you rather have the man bring it up or the female bring it up that they have kids first?
So with that guy, that we had that very organic conversation. Like my son did get brought up,
Right,
like to
yeah.
let him. It was just I just flowed with the conversation, just
Okay.
like how he told me he was an engineer. It flowed with the conversation. It wasn't
Right.
we weren't just offering up information. We were having a legit conversation to get to know each other.
Well, from person to person, that is casual conversation.
Right.
So
You
would
have
you
kids, you're going to talk about your kids.
So would you say that like if someone's like, "Hey, how are you? I'm good. How are you?" "Oh, it's a great night. My kids are with their mom
Yeah.
tonight." Would that be organic or would that be like too much?
No, well, I mean, I don't think that's too much.
Maybe I think I'm asking the wrong person though because you have a child, so it wouldn't bother you. Where I wonder if like a single woman, like for you don't have kids, you don't want kids. If a woman's just like, "Oh no, we're having a blast. My kids are with their baby daddy today," how would you take that, Rain?
I would want to know more about the situation at that point.
Oh, okay.
But then are you getting into trauma dumping at that point? Because what if it is trauma?
Right.
What if it,
So,
But I'm asking for it. Like, I want to know.
fair.
what do you want to know?
Well, I want to know the situation. I want to know the relationship between you and the ex. I want to know, custody, this and that. Like, just.
But
wouldn't
not on
that
the
come? But
first
wouldn't,
conversation?
yeah, but wouldn't that come like?
well, if it comes up in the first conversation, then I'm gonna go ahead and ask.
But why not ask? Oh, cool. How old are your kids?
well, obviously, I'm gonna ask.
Oh, okay,
like
all right.
that's that. Yeah.
So-
yeah, but
You're talking about later on where you actually have interest in getting this chick's number.
Well, let's just say it's a first date and the kids come up. Like if I realize she's got however many kids or whatever, baby, like if she actually brings that up, then I will carefully, kind of ask certain questions here and there to get answers that I would like to know in order for me to determine whether I want to proceed. Like if she's set up and her kids are, let's say she got 2 kids and they're both teenagers and, well on their way out of the house, and that's nothing. Like, I don't care.
Right,
But if you got like 3 kids under 10 years old and they all have different baby daddies, or maybe even the same baby daddy that you have this strong ass relationship with, and like, I don't know. It's really all about the situation. And like I said, it's not that I don't want kids. It's not that I don't like kids. I just, never saw myself having my own. And, with my ex, we just made the decision for me to get a vasectomy, and I was cool with it. Like, I can barely take care of myself, but like if I meet somebody with kids, like if I really like this person, then I'm going to take the kids into the equation and be like, can I deal with these kids regardless how much I care about this person?
right.
Because if I don't like her kids, then it's just going to cause tension between her and I.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean?
Or if the kids don't like you.
Right. And like, but if they're older kids, like, 16, 17, 14, whatever, like, they're in that path of their life where it doesn't really matter at this point. Like, mom's just dating or whatever. But like, if they're young, like, I'm probably not even gonna.
All right, so now here comes a question for both of you. I'll start with Michelle since she's our guest. If a man has multiple baby mamas, so multiple kids, is that a red flag for you? Okay. A woman has multiple baby mamas, Rain, is that a red flag
Why
for
does
you?
she have baby mamas?
Baby daddies. Thank you.
2 women can't make a baby. Just so you know.
I agree.
You're learning all kinds of things today.
I know.
It's where they
Science.
started with the bathrooms. They let everybody in, so all of a sudden we think we can all have babies.
Yeah. All right, so what if they have multiple baby daddies, is that a red flag for you?
I don't want to say it's a red flag, but I believe that you went through some times in your life where maybe you didn't necessarily respect yourself so much, and you didn't take the precaution to avoid having multiple baby daddies or a baby in general. Because if you have multiple baby daddies, I'm going to believe they're all accidents. You didn't plan to have this many baby daddies, so obviously you didn't plan that child.
Gotcha.
But if you're a good mom and, you got your shit together, you got 2-3 kids with different dads, and like you're taking care of your own and you don't need any of those dads, and these kids are good kids, I see nothing wrong.
Yeah.
But if you just have a shithole of a life with your 3 kids with these 3 different dads that are just always causing drama, then like, yeah, no point. I'm not even gonna fuck with that.
So I think that's why a man with multiple kids with different women is a red flag, because it's just
I could see the
he's
man.
probably not taking care of every one of those kids.
No,
Gotcha.
absolutely not. I would say a woman with multiple baby daddies is more approachable than a man with multiple baby mamas.
Yeah. He's just
So a double standard, essentially.
he's a fuck boy that had
Yeah.
a couple accidents.
But
is what that,
like,
Gotcha. So definitely a double standard that I think maybe is a double standard that's kind of legit.
well,
would you say?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
I believe there are double standards that are just truth.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it's just clear.
Gotcha.
It's just, if you base it on statistics, it's just clear proof.
Okay.
That's how I look at it. Because, like I said, women, I think women are manipulated more by men than women manipulate men.
Sure.
So I think a woman can just fall into that rather than the guy who's just fucking whoever he wants and making babies wherever he goes. You know, he doesn't give a shit. She gives a shit, but like she's believing she gives a shit because this man has already manipulated her to the point where she thinks this is the man, the one, you know?
Yeah. Michelle, on your dating apps or like talking, I mean, this is probably a stupid question, but has anybody ever asked you how many baby daddies you have?
No.
Because you have one.
I have one kid.
Right.
It's a dumb
one.
fucking question.
I know, but you just never
just
know
kidding.
how stupid the
Yeah,
men
right,
are
right,
Now,
talking.
on my, like for me, when I was looking at profiles, I would look for if they have kids, because I want my person to have kids so they understand, but I don't want toddlers. They need to be older, like around my son's age, because it's like there's this whole life to live. I'm going to be 39 years old when my kid turns 18.
Yeah.
You're
Like-
looking for a person, not a mom job.
Right. But,
Yeah.
and I don't have the patience for toddlers. I want to.
You don't want to take care of somebody else's kid, unless like that case where you just grow that bond with that kid and you both just attach together because.
I mean, I have strong bonds with my friends' kids. Super
Right,
strong bonds
yeah.
with them. They see me, they run up, they call me aunt, they hug me.
Mm-hmm.
Like I love those kids to death, but I'm also going to hand them back to their parents and they're no longer my problem.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I looked for that. So they had to have kids, but then next to it, it's the wants kids.
Oh, gotcha.
I don't want any more kids.
Yeah.
So that's a no. Like I'm not going to have any more kids. So if that's something somebody is looking for,
Do you see a lot of men's profiles saying want kids?
yes.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. There were.
What's the
quite a
age
bit.
range that they want kids?
They're in their 30s.
And do they already have kids too?
Yeah, most of the time.
See, to me, that's them just trying to,
And I did have
Be
some
open.
20-year-olds come up that is
Trying to
like,
appeal to.
trying
Yeah.
to appeal.
maybe.
So what would be your dating range then when you're on the apps and or just dating now? Like what's the age range?
older than me.
You were
Just always older.
30.
34.
34.
Guys my age are stupid.
I
They're
agree.
so dumb. You
Well,
would-
he's 36, so.
well, like when I say older than me, like 35 is okay. And
Were
I
you
know
calling me
that sounds
dumb just then?
No. I was not.
But I think my cutoff would be like 43.
43.
Yeah.
What's the oldest you've been with?
That I've talked to, 42.
What's the oldest
I've talked to?
woman you've ever had sexual relations with?
Oh, that's no.
46.
46.
There is just my ex. Like there's
So nothing crazy.
Yeah. Nothing.
Okay, cool. Well, anyways, moving on.
No, 46. What's your oldest?
So where are you gonna go?
What's your oldest?
Do not avoid the question. You asked us, now you have to say it.
Don't lie now. Now we just know you're lying.
Ah, shit. I'm trying to remember how old she was at the time. I want to say 63.
Okay.
Did you learn something?
I learned that I was really drunk that night.
Yeah. Should give you a gummy.
No, she left him in. She came with the old rake. Austin's
Nice.
go-to.
Yeah. 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 All right. And what'd you say your oldest is?
I just
Oh, that's right.
talking
That's right.
to
Just talking to.
is 42. There's no.
Yeah. That is yeah, I don't know if I could go over just even like in a relationship with somebody over 41.
I'm
then-
36, and for a relationship with somebody at this point in my life, I don't think I'd want to go much further than 37, 38.
Yeah. So yeah, 41's for me, and then
I just have this
like
thing
the
about
youngest I could do a relationship with is like 30.
I can get along with anybody, but when it comes to a relationship, like it really narrows down. I
Right,
think.
right. And then
Yeah.
because my last girlfriend was 26, and I just can't do that. Like,
If she's way older than me, then I just sound like a dumbass, and if she's way younger than me, she just sounds like a dumbass.
right.
you
I
know?
wouldn't say dumbass, but
I
we
would.
are on two different playing fields.
Yeah.
And even so, like my ex girlfriend was 26 with 3 kids. So I'm like, oh, okay, she's got kids. But then it's like 26 with 3 kids. And then it's like, wow, we are on 2 different lifespans.
She
right?
was 9
Yeah.
when she got knocked up the first time.
But yes, young. So yeah, I think that men my age going for like the 18-year-olds, like you have no business whatsoever. That she just graduated high school. You're going to your 20-year reunion.
It's not gonna work.
No, at all.
There's life experiences that like where I'm at. There's life experiences those people have not gone through yet.
No,
I'm not going through them with them.
Yeah.
See, that's my thing about people younger than me, like 5-10 years younger than me. Like, there's so much that you have not realized in your life that I already have that I don't even want to.
Well, and I've seen a lot of
relive
videos where people talk about people in their 30s have so much baggage. No shit. Like, we've packed a lot more because you're 22.
We've had more experience. We've lived life.
We've packed more shit. So
Imagine
no shit, we have more
somebody 60.
baggage.
And I also see the age gap videos. Like, we're an age gap couple, and like he's like 52 and she's like 33. I'm like, okay, well, she just started getting the baggage. He's already like processed the baggage, right?
See, I need a guy in finance, 95, no family trust fund.
There you go.
95?
Yeah, because he's going to croak.
There you go.
Would you?
No.
No, she wouldn't. There's no. She just said she
See,
would.
that's not fair.
Well, he can't. It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter if he can. You still can.
No.
You can play with it or whatever.
No.
You can't just come into this relationship,
He
be sweet,
can
and then
have-
take all his money.
He
You got to
can
at least
have
give him a hand job or
the
something.
advantage of me standing next to his casket.
Naked?
No.
Let's see. Okay. Whoever this, if I ever know that this happens and I know the guy, I'm going to let him know.
He's not going
Don't
to
put all your eggs in one
He's not
basket.
going to care because he's got a 30-something-year-old standing beside
He's going to care
him.
if you're not fucking him.
He probably also has a 46-year-old daughter. So
Just so you know.
I just said no family.
You're
No
right.
oh, no family, no
Just
family.
so you know, if you don't fuck him, he's probably going to cheat on you and give more money to the next one.
And she's probably 18.
Yeah. You got to at least give him a hand DJ.
A hand DJ?
What?
What is a hand DJ?
Hand job.
Oh, okay. Just say handy.
Really didn't put that together?
I just didn't know if there was like what
Oh.
J stand for, because I know what a handy is.
Job.
A handy job?
Hand job.
We should start a business called the Handy J. Big, what's that? Oh. And be like,
What do we do with the business? Like, I like the name, but like, what's the job?
we're just handymen.
Okay.
And we'll change our name.
Neither
to J.
one of us have a J in our name.
We'll figure it out.
The handy jack off of all trades.
Could you imagine a 95-year-old man like, oh, is this the Handy J? Be like, well, I guess I haven't done this in a while, so here you go.
Long story short, my dad used to work for Terminex, and you know how Terminex does their little like, hey, we'll come out and give you a free inspection, blah blah blah, and like you can like go to Terminex's site and put in for one of those to have somebody come out and just do a free inspection, all that. So one of the jobs that my dad had to go to at the time, he went there and he knocked on the door and he heard the guy say, come in. And when he walked in, the guy was butt ass fucking naked, fully laid back in his recliner, beating his dick.
Okay.
Nice.
And my dad's like, so I'm here for your inspection. And you know, one thing led to another, and
Where is this going?
my dad ended up doing the inspection
Yeah.
and then came back.
I was like,
Yeah,
I was ready for it.
I wanted to go through a loop.
one
I
thing
was
left to
so
another.
ready for
And then he jerked him off. I was like, Sean.
My dad would hate me.
Yeah.
But no, he did the inspection and then he came back in. The guy was still there and he's like, all right, well, here's your shit. Have a nice day.
Did the guy ever go put clothes on?
No.
Okay.
No.
I mean, it's already happened there, so. All right.
Have you ever walked in on a guy just jerking off?
No,
What
I
would
was
you do
really
if you
hoping
did?
you'd say yes. That
I
would be a great
haven't.
story.
I really haven't.
Never caught
So, like, you never caught your husband just like, or your ex-husband just beating his meat?
No.
beating his meat.
No.
Okay, well. Anyways, to end this episode, we just need one more or two more things. Can you give our listeners, male and female, maybe a couple of safety tips on dating? Because you seem like even though you're very picky, but you seem like you are very self-aware of your surroundings and things like that. Like,
Well, when you're talking to somebody, you have to be able to read between the lines. Like, don't that video you posted today about when you're in like
A lot of people don't have common sense
like
either.
you have to read between the lines of everything. If they get too
Oh,
clingy,
you mean my love bombing
yeah,
video?
like look for those signs. Like if they get too clingy, if you don't text them good fucking morning at 7 a.m. and they're like, why didn't you text me good morning? And that's mainly females that say that.
You
Like-
are one of a kind. You know how much more attractive you just became?
Like-
Seriously.
Just that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Right.
Don't be clingy. People have jobs, people have kids, people have their own houses they have to take
People
care
have their
of.
own fucking lives.
People have lives that
like,
they have
God
to
forbid
live.
I
Yeah.
hit fucking snooze and take 10 extra
Like,
minutes to text
Yeah,
you.
I'm not ignoring you. Calm down.
Yeah.
But that's gonna be an immediate like, okay, and I'm done. So you want to be clingy, you go cling to somebody else because I'm not a clingy
Right.
person. You got to go. And as far as going out with somebody, watch body language entirely. Don't start the date off like right on top of each other, touching each other, things like that. Read the body language of the person that you're with.
You know what? I would say this for both sides, but for two different reasons. For a woman, never fully face, chest directly at this person.
Also, don't full hug when you like don't.
That too, but never fully put all your,
Yeah.
always keep a shoulder to them so they don't feel like you're exposing everything and they have a full in. And then for men, don't do that because you're going to look fucking creepy if you're fully.
And also for women, don't go on that first date and like show everything. Cover it up. Like it's the first date.
Dress
Cover it
like
up.
you're going out with your grandma for ice
Yeah.
cream.
Like it's okay to look, you can look cute and cover it up.
Yeah,
Like
100%. 100%.
I got long ass legs, I know, but I wear jeans on a first date.
Really?
Yep.
Like all the time.
You don't like your legs?
I'll wear jeans. No, my legs are my best feature. But I wear jeans because now second date is shorts. I don't care. I live in shorts, but I'm
So,
going to wear jeans.
Why?
I don't want to show any. I just said cover it up.
Okay.
You're not getting
Yeah,
everything on
that
the
makes
first
sense.
try.
So you don't necessarily want to throw out a potential tease that could alter their
fair,
mind
yeah.
and take things in a different direction. You want to keep things solely, down to the level as where it should be for a first, second date.
Yeah, we're not sexualizing each other on the first date.
Right.
So
Or the second or third.
right.
I think like really.
I think it depends on where your relationship is at after that second or third date. Because sometimes the second or third date may not happen right away. Everybody's talking about like jumping into. We were going to talk about relationships, like the levels of relationships. And
We
get
didn't
there.
talk about that.
But I watched a TikTok the other day. It was actually Benny, and he was after 3 months, and they're not in a committed relationship. They're not that interested. That's not true. Because he's like, you've been on 12 to 15 dates by then. That's not true either.
I think that we should actually talk about that. Can we go a little longer? What's our time frame? All right.
I think we're fine. Keep
Okay,
going.
cool. Yeah, keep going.
Okay. So in that, there's no time frame for that. I've only been on, I can talk to somebody for 3 months and only go on 5 dates with them because we have lives and we have schedules that we have to go by. Yeah, it sucks to go 3 weeks between a date, but if neither one of your schedules is lining up, then you're 3 weeks between a date. I don't know.
I think
What are you going to do?
you said what? 5 dates in
3 months.
3 months. So that's
But we talk every day.
12 weeks and 5 dates. So that's like 1 date a week. Maybe 2
Yeah.
dates a week. Or no, 1 date a week. I don't know.
One
Anyways,
date, if you're
but-
on 12 dates, it's 1 date a week, pretty much.
3 months is a long time though.
Is it?
I think so. If you're actually interested in this
Yeah.
person, it's not going to take 3 months to get to that point where you both realize you have genuine feelings and move to the next level.
But what if there are other factors involved in that?
As in,
Like going through a separation. One of the people's going through a separation.
well, yeah,
You're not,
obviously.
like-
I'm speaking from two people that just meet who
Yeah.
are single.
Completely single.
If it takes 3 months to,
What if they live an hour or 2 hours apart?
well, there's that.
There's that. I mean,
What if they live in the same neighborhood or the same town?
so I have friends at work who are dating. They're in their 20s. They're dating. And they have been talking to the person about as long as I've been talking to a person. And this guy is over at her house every day. And I look at her every time and I'm like, don't you want to breathe? Like,
How long have they been talking?
Like 4 months.
And he's there every day.
He's there every night. And I'm like, I would tell him to get the fuck out of my house. Like, it's too much.
And they don't live together.
They're enjoying it. They don't live together. They might as well. I told her.
I mean, is she okay with him being there that much?
She enjoys it. I just asked her how. Like, I need to breathe.
Well, everybody has, different feelings about things.
She sounds very anxious attaching.
I think there's some of that, but I also think this is somebody that's, knowing her past, this person is actually treating her the way she does deserve to be treated. So it's hard for her not to cling on to that.
Yeah, no, I totally get that. Like he's
and there's nothing wrong. Like, as long as there's nothing wrong with him, there's nothing wrong with that.
Their first date, she fist bumped him at the end. Like, there was no kiss, there was no hug, there was a fist bump. Yeah.
Sounds like it.
And their
they
date
sound like they're
their
good.
Date was they sat in a car and they talked for a couple hours.
I see
and then
nothing wrong with that.
At the end, there was a fist bump, and she was like, "He didn't like touch me," and I'm like, "He was being respectful."
Yeah.
Like, I know you're not used to that, but he was being respectful, and I like this guy.
So
because
does she
of that.
question? Is she like one of those people that questions if he doesn't text at like 7 a.m.?
Yeah.
Yeah, so
she
does.
Real. So she's got this, but she's that person.
There's anxiousness there, but like
maybe it's an anxiousness because he is such a secure man and is such a like genuine good guy.
It's the whole reverse psychology of it because women are fully expecting a man to just blow up their phone, anxious attachment, insecure.
Has she slept with them?
Yeah.
Okay.
And women are typically not that type.
Right.
They're the ones that are a little more pulled back and not so much trying to just throw it all in one. But if the guy takes that route, the women's route, and he's just sitting back and letting it kind of come to him, that makes him way more attractive to her.
No, I really like him, knowing her past and what she's been through, because I've been through it, some of it with her, because I'm a good friend. And but I really like this guy for her. I worry that she's going to mess it up being anxious.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So
did you let her know that?
Yeah. No, I don't hold back from my friends. I tell them things.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely. So like, how long did it take for them to like sleep with each other?
It was a good month.
Yeah. So he's totally secure in that.
Yeah.
All right. So what would you say is like, can you go through the stages of dating? So we have like people talk about the talking stage, the dating stage, and the relationship stage. Like, what do you consider the talking stage?
The talking stage is when you're first kind of getting to know each other and figuring, like, you're going on dates every now and again. You're chatting. You're
figuring it out. So
you're figuring it out.
So then what's the dating stage?
To a point where there's not a whole lot left to learn.
Right.
I mean, you still have a lot to learn, but at the same time, that point where you're comfortable enough and you know there's a genuine connection with that person, then you're moving more into that dating, like you don't really want to see anybody else kind of situation.
Gotcha. So what about like because I mean, it's so the dating stage would be a mutual, I'm not seeing anybody else type thing. It's not like one person's like, you know what, I'm here.
I don't know. That's relationship. Like, you're
okay. So the exclusiveness, I'm not seeing anybody else. I'm 100% in it. That's when you're in a relationship.
That when both parties are in that situation.
Gotcha.
Yes.
So you would say dating stage, they can both kind of, date around if they wanted to, if they choose to, right. But if they're constantly, talking and going out on dates, like they're like dating.
Yeah. Like,
but they're allowed. So you would say that they're allowed to see other people. And if there's another connection that it's okay, yeah. That's okay.
Yeah. People are allowed to do whatever they want. If I choose to stop talking to other people and quit going out on dates and stuff,
that's your choice.
I chose that.
Yeah.
I'm not going to force my choice on somebody else.
Right,
if they're not at that point, then that's okay. Which people tell me, like, no, you can't be okay with that. If you're not dating, then they shouldn't be dating. I'm like, why? We haven't had that conversation. We've had the conversation of, we know we have the ability to talk to other people.
Yeah.
I'm choosing not to. they can do what they want, but I'm secure enough in my connection that I'm good. And then if they want to explore another connection with somebody else, I don't feel like a second choice at that point.
Yeah, right.
How many dates though should it take for you to expect that?
There's no number.
So if you hit 10, 20 dates,
There's no number.
Come on. If you hit 10, 20 dates, you guys are into each other. You're making time for each other.
Okay.
And you still expect him to be talking to other women?
I mean, that's on him. I'll go talk to other men at that point. He won't be that sole person.
But you said you're committing at this point, like you're into this person and you're choosing not to talk to other people.
Right.
And if you're 10, 20 dates in,
But she can't force that person.
no, you can't force it.
But then at that point, I know the connection is not as strong as in my head that it was. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to do my thing while you're doing your thing. If our connection builds to where it becomes that point, then that's what happens.
That's exactly, you are.
Yeah.
That's the road I was going to go down.
It's very secure.
Yeah.
It's very secure. Where I think
You're
that
very secure in yourself.
Yeah.
You said you were 38? 34.
Calm down.
Sorry, I'm calm.
I'm calm.
Sorry, got ahead of myself.
You know, there's only one episode that someone's told me to calm down. I'm like, I'm fucking calm. Like, you're just a fucking idiot.
Just shut the fuck up and I'll calm down.
I'm pretty sure I said, I just think what you said is stupid.
I asked somebody last night. Some guy told me I looked older last night. I was pissed.
Yeah, I would be too. I do think that there
fucked
is a thing that guys shouldn't do, and that is pretty much talk about a woman's age and like how they look.
To be fair, let's be fair. I
Not
did
mix
ask
the two.
him if he was of age to drink because he looked 12.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
was
okay,
he?
yeah, that's fair.
Yeah,
So
he was
just-
21.
I mean, but do you get a lot like,
How long ago
old
was
are
this?
you?
No.
People so I would probably like the way that I do it to like gauge the age range is like, well, obviously they're drinking, so they're over 21, but and they're like kids. I'm like, okay, so maybe 28 to my age, and then I would probably just slide into, oh well, I mean, you're like 32? That's cute.
How recent was this 21-year-old date?
I didn't have
No,
a
it
date.
wasn't a date.
It was a guy at a bar last night.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, it wasn't a date. Because then I had an ego boost afterwards because I went up to other people. I was like, how old do I look?
I stepped out to pee, and
they're
that's
like
why
27.
I lost. So
Yeah. So how old do you think Rain looks?
I mean, you in your late 30s.
How old do I look?
In your 30s.
you didn't say late, though.
I'm sorry, you look older. You do look older than Eric. You
Do I really?
Yeah.
What do you think it is?
The bald head.
Yeah.
Maybe I just choose this.
You can choose whatever
I
you
choose
want.
to be a woman. You're not going to fucking talk shit about it.
Yeah, I probably will. It's fine.
So, would you prefer a man to shave his feet or have hairy feet?
Oh, yeah.
Oh God, I saw these.
Oh, yeah. Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
I've never paid attention.
Now
Really?
you're going to. Now, what's your preference?
I don't know because I don't
Okay,
care.
hold on. Let's take it back.
If I've never paid attention,
Are you okay with rubbing a man's feet?
no.
Nah.
Oh, there, yeah.
there
You can't
you
really go any further.
Women aren't.
But if he's got his
aren't into
feet, if he's got his feet propped up on the
Listen.
coffee table, and they like,
Yeah. And they're just there.
and it looks like you're hanging out with a gorilla, versus hanging out with a man with some.
Can you do me a favor and wax your feet one time? Let it grow and wax it. Do it.
Okay.
Please do it.
we're gonna do that on the show. I'm
Please
gonna
do.
wax them.
Yes.
I waxed my back not too long ago.
Okay.
Do you have a hairy back?
The upper, you know,
upper,
At the upper.
like the shoulders.
yeah, I
yeah.
hate it. It's just
Yeah, no, and I don't blame
like
you.
I wear
there.
tank tops a lot.
Yeah, the feet
Yeah.
are more sensitive though.
I don't think so.
I do. Your back
So,
is...
but back to the shoulder thing, like I will get wild hairs and I'll just take the trimmers.
Dude, in the
but-
past 5 years, I've grown a jungle. So finally, like
is it hanging out of your
Oh yeah,
collar?
sometimes
you
So
gotta
it
get
depends
rid
on
of
the shirt, but like even wearing cut up, like I cut them off, like
Yeah.
like a I don't know what you would call it, but like you can see through, and it just makes me feel a little self conscious.
it. Yeah, well, that's fine as long as you're
But
doing it.
like I didn't do the lower back.
Do you have lower back hair?
It's like a tramp stamp, yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. So you don't shave your ass?
No, I had it wax or not wax, but that you spray that stuff on, leave it for 8 minutes, and then wipe it
Nair.
off.
Nair.
Yeah,
Okay.
don't go past the 8 minutes. It's gonna suck.
Did
for
you
a while.
did you test it before you don't just go full
Do I
on with
look
that.
like
You're
I read the
supposed
directions?
So,
Do I look like I read the fucking bottle?
So what about like a hairy chest? Are you okay with a hairy chest?
I'm cool with that.
How about if he's not groomed down there?
No, take care of yourself.
Take care of
Okay,
yourself.
what's taking care of yourself though? Like
Manscaped.
like full bald or like
I mean,
can he
as
have a
long
little
as
hair on his balls?
as long as it's clean cut, it's fine.
Couple
Okay.
little
Just clean cut.
centimeter hairs, not
So we don't want to
full
look
blown-
like Abraham Lincoln's beard down there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
All right. So what about if he shaves his legs?
No, that's fucking weird. Unless he's a swimmer, it's fucking weird.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, that's about all my hairy questions.
I legit used to shave my chest.
Yeah. No, I did too.
Growing up, I was self-conscious about hair, and like I don't know why. I guess I don't know.
For some reason, we think that like hair is unhygienic, but it's very hygienic.
I
Like,
didn't.
it's-
I didn't
it's part of
necessarily.
you.
I didn't necessarily look at it in a hygienic way. I was just like, I think this looks ugly. You know,
So
like my
I'm
feet.
super weird about body hair on me.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
my arms, like no, I don't want it on my arms. Girls in this whole let's grow out our armpit hair. I don't think so. That's not gonna be a thing for me.
Yeah.
I shave my legs every other day. Like I'm weird. I don't like it on me.
How long does that take? I mean,
Shaving my legs.
yeah, I've never shaved my legs. So.
Doing it for so long, it takes me 5 minutes.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, and then 5'8", like you got like all legs. So
Do you
like,
have a clean shaven vagina?
Jesus?
Wait,
I mean, we're talking about it.
so much information, but
It's not.
I feel like
You asked me about my grooming of my nuts.
No, I didn't.
No, I
Somebody did. Somebody did. So somebody else got to
I
be
feel
asked.
like I kind of just gave away like how I would feel about
Well, you never know.
weird
I mean,
about body hair. Come on,
Anyways, yeah.
so much information.
he's like, it's hygienic, and she's like, I don't fucking want it.
Rain's like, so do you shave your cooter?
What about your butthole? What do you think of a man with like a really hairy ass?
Why are we looking that close?
Well, if you're
What
gonna get-
angle am I gonna be at?
If you're gonna get in bed,
so you
with-
wouldn't lick an asshole.
no, God no.
why?
Ew.
What if he wanted you to put a finger in his ass?
Nope.
No.
Nope.
Even with rubber
I'm
gloves.
packing my shit up and I'm leaving. Nope.
So even if he's like said, "Hey, I have a toy, I want to
Nope.
use it on you," and then you use it on me.
Nope.
What if he wanted to wear a butt plug while
Nope.
he? What? Why? I
Would you wear a
genuinely,
butt- would you wear a
genuinely
butt-
curious. I am genuinely curious. Why? What about those things? Because like,
Why does he want it in the ass so bad? If he wants it in
Listen,
the ass so
listen.
bad, go be gay.
listen, listen.
All right, we're listening.
Because it's considered a gay act doesn't make it gay.
Yeah, I don't
Gay is an emotional and physical attraction to
Yes.
the same sex.
Right.
And shaving
But-
your feet. And,
But like something that feels good to somebody
Okay.
else, they can't
Yeah.
help that.
But why
How
why
does that
am I
make them-
supposed to accept that?
you don't have to accept it, but if you truly care about this person, you would support and want to make them feel as good as they possibly could, right?
So I'm like no porn. So if I'm with somebody and they're like, okay, well this is what I do. I watch porn and then no, I'm out.
okay.
Gotta go.
All right.
Everybody can have their own infatuations, but
Do you go to church?
no,
Are you Christian?
I don't know what I am. I'm here.
So you just what's wrong with porn?
I don't. Why?
I'm just curious.
I don't want to watch other.
the fucking stupid
I
dating
don't-
show
I
is. I was just curious
I don't-
what's your answer. Like, people
don't-
want to know these answers.
I don't want to watch other people have sex.
Have you ever?
Huh?
Have you ever?
It's been there, but I have like
Somehow it popped up in the classroom one day.
I don't. It's been presented, but I don't want to watch other people have sex.
Okay.
so if a partner ever said, "Hey, I want to watch porn while having sex," you're out.
I'm out.
Like, would that be like breakup material?
No, it would be you would have to respect my boundary on that. That's a boundary.
Yeah. So okay.
What's
so
the
all
bound-
the anal stuff for him and
Yeah.
like for
The-
you and
yeah.
the porn, that's just a boundary that you are just not going to pass, which is I think fair.
Let's say you have a very healthy sexual relationship with whoever you're with,
Okay.
but they like you know, when you're not around or whatever, they just casually like watching porn to, you know, rub one out because you're not there. But if you were there, they would use you.
I have an argument for this, but keep going.
Okay. But like, it's just a casual thing for them. It's not like they're using that and not using you.
Why do they have to fantasize about the other people though? Because that's what they're doing.
Yeah, that's my argument. Is like, why can't I?
How
fantasize?
much have you guys talked before this podcast?
No, it's just. I think it's just.
You're saying
logic.
why do they have to fantasize?
Like, why can't you just envision us in a situation, or why do you have to see somebody else doing something that I'm probably never going to do with you? Like, because those things get weird.
I'm not talking about fucking
I'm just
crazy ass.
saying,
I'm just saying just regular old P in the V.
You're fantasizing about somebody else.
Yeah.
There's other people in the picture, but I don't necessarily think you're fantasizing about them.
So, and I've heard
I think
your
you're
argument
fantasizing
before.
about the act.
You're fantasizing about the act, but I think that because there's two different people in that act, I think not only you're fantasizing about the act, but the act itself with maybe some connotation of that could be you in the video with that person. Now, I'm not saying that's what everybody does,
Right.
but if you keep going, it will get that way.
Mm-hmm.
So granted, like, yeah, you watch it once because she's on a trip, she's not around. I get it. You're fantasizing about the time that if it's just basic P and the V, you know, all the other stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys have done that. Be like, oh, I just missed this person. I'm fantasizing. But then what people don't understand is like porn creates this fantasy and such a good serotonin and dopamine that it will cause brain damage.
Mm-hmm.
Like there's studies here that he'll want it again. Like, oh, well, that wasn't so bad. And then you start having sex with your partner again, and then hey, she goes away again, or you can't see her, and you start doing it again.
Essentially,
and
it's
again.
a drug, and I completely agree. I can see that, but what about if you're in this secure relationship and like you're at the mall or Carowinds or something, and you notice this attractive guy walking by, and you take a look, or he noticed an attractive girl and takes a look? I mean, is that fantasizing?
No,
You don't think so?
I'll point out a pretty girl. I'll point out a pretty girl too when we're
Well, I'm
like,
talking
damn, look
about
at her.
for you, pretty men. Like,
Oh no, I'll point out anybody. That's what I'm saying. Like you pointing somebody out and going, "Oh, he's attractive." That's totally different.
Now, if it was just like,
but if you,
I think if the partner was like, hey, do you find that man attractive? And then she's like, yeah. And then he goes one step further, like, so like, would you like, is that the kind of guy you
Yeah.
would fuck? Now that's getting dangerous.
Yeah.
But if you're just like, oh, wow, that's like like if you see somebody on TV, wow, that's an attractive person. Like,
See,
I think there's an
that-
objectiveness.
that's one thing.
Yeah.
But like if you point out that's an attractive, I'm speaking. You're not looking at women. You're looking at men. He's looking at women.
Right.
If you speak out and be like, "Wow, that's a really attractive man," like
I'm not fantasizing about.
you're not
fucking him.
fantasizing about him, but you could potentially be giving him the same feelings that you get from him watching porn and fantasizing. He's gonna feel less
I
about
think that's an
himself.
insecurity on his end then.
Yeah. And
Well, it's insecurity on I think.
But watching porn is a different vulnerability. I'm not looking at this guy at Carowinds. He's not butt ass naked in front of me.
Right.
And his
But if-
dick isn't.
Yeah.
But if he
like,
was,
be.
would you look away?
I probably would. Yeah, me. I'd be out.
You
I
wouldn't
would.
take
Yeah.
a glance and then look away.
No, I
You-
would.
you really-
well,
I mean, you have to notice it. So, like,
yeah,
honestly,
like you have to.
honestly, like,
you have to see it.
Yeah.
I mean, and let's just be honest. Like, I'd be like, holy shit, look at that dong.
He probably pointed out.
The guy would, right?
Yeah.
Right. But I mean, I
Damn,
see what
son.
she's saying. I see what she's saying. Like, if you were to ask me the question, like, if a chick was just walking with her titties out, I would be like, she's got her fucking titties out. Like, and then I'd be like, what? Like, there's kids here. Like, that would be the instance
What if he
of
was
I
like,
doing.
"Damn, those are nice tits"?
I'd probably agree. I mean,
What if a guy was walking by with his dick out and you said, "Damn, that's a nice dick"?
I'm not gonna say that, so I'm not worried about it.
But if he did,
I mean, he's gonna look too. So
I mean, honestly, yeah. If she's like, damn, that's a nice dick, you'd be like, where? Be like, oh, look at that thing.
at that point, they're comparing.
well,
Yeah,
the good thing
yeah,
is
yeah.
you wouldn't. So
I mean-
that yeah.
And I think that is those are scenarios that exist, but very rarely. Where
My-
I think
my
porn
com-
is way more.
My comparison is very broad, but
Yeah.
still, I can see similarities within.
And I will say
Yeah.
that my position it hasn't changed. I do think that it's wrong, but I do think that every relationship is different. So if the relationship is secure enough to where he or she both watches porn and that person's accepting with it, then that is your relationship.
Well, if they both don't care and they do it together or do it
Yeah.
separately and they just don't give a shit, then that's fine.
Well,
that's
I mean,
great.
we were out I was out one day and bartender was just like my first date with my boyfriend was to a porn like Comic-Con type thing, like a porn.
Oh, like
Holy shit. Actually, didn't we, when we had that live show?
there was somebody that.
Yeah, she said her first date, like with her now boyfriend.
Who was that?
No, we were doing the live show, remember? We were doing it was our episode where we were like on the streets.
That was. Oh,
Yeah. She said the same thing. They're
first date was at like a
Porn exhibition or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
So like if that's their relationship, that's great.
right.
But I would say that like for me, I couldn't do that with somebody.
With relationships, like if two people are truly like happy with each other, you're either going to be like a high sexual couple that does enjoy that shit, or you're just going to be, more for each other and you don't necessarily care about that. And if you truly,
But what do you think it was designed for? Like honestly,
what?
Like in a relationship, where is sex designed? Like the way that it's supposed to be, because the way that you're saying is you're either going to be this couple that's hypersexual, which would then probably turn into like more of openness, where you get approached at a bar by a woman and then a man, and then they want to have a threesome, and or you have a very what we would probably call a traditional relationship, where it's like, hey, sex is only between us two and probably no porn and all that stuff. So where do you think, not right or wrong, but where do you think it's more designed? Where sex was, how is sex supposed to be? The hypersexual or within the confines of the
I think it all comes from society. I think people are raised differently, whether you're stuck in front of the TV or you're stuck with these people that throw wild parties or drugs, whatever it may be. I think it's all in how you're raised, and then also too what you experience in society and what really hits with you.
Do you think that the couple that keeps the relationship within themselves and not very hyper lasts longer than the ones that are hyper?
I wouldn't know.
That's a hard question.
Yeah.
It is a hard question, but let's just think about eventually this hypersexual couple, there's going to be a time where it needs to slow down.
Yeah.
I mean, just based on age.
I agree.
Right? So now they don't know how to actually keep it within the
They don't
marriage.
have that bond.
I've thought about the same question. Like, how long do you do this?
Yeah.
Like, is this like the first?
What if she gets pregnant by another guy and you can't handle, or what if he,
I'd like
did
to know the
STDs?
statistics on that.
So, like, I'm thinking about it. Your sex life with your partner should always be exploration. You should always explore each other. There should always be something new. If you just do the same vanilla shit all the time, you're going to get bored and you're
Right.
not going to want sex. And then that's going to lead to bigger problems.
Right.
There should always be exploration within a relationship. You just have to set those boundaries. Okay, if this is what you're into and you're not willing to give up porn, then we are not going to work.
Right.
But
Yeah.
if that's what you're in, I mean, eventually you guys have explored so much at this point, that hypersexual couple, they've explored so much. What happens when there's nothing left to explore?
Yeah. So it's almost like keeping it within the confines of the relationship seems to be a longer lasting connection than it would a hypersexual couple.
Well, I could see the hypersexual couple, like what you just said, like, you hit a certain point where you've done it all and it's just not appealing anymore. That's when the
butt plugs come in.
Well, I'm
They've already explored that.
I'm speaking on a more like crazy serious level. Like, I feel like even just a soul person, the hypersexual person that is super addicted to porn or sex or whatever, when they reach that limit of everything I've done is just getting old, that's when they start going downhill and getting to the more predatorial, pedophilic
You have to make
areas.
sure that's not your only bond.
Right.
That can't be the only bond.
And that should be nobody's only bond if you're going to have a relationship.
And I think that's why we need one of these episodes with a couple that is very open.
Yeah.
Very open to where they are having like
I'll let you know if they text me.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, I'm
Actually, that
not
would be the
interested, but
perfect-
you want to be on a podcast?
It would actually
that would be a
work.
perfect podcast because we could ask them, like, why do you need this? How does it work? At what point? There's just so many questions that all three of us are not in that realm that all we're doing is speculation. And all I'm thinking about is I know it would never work that if I'm with somebody and they are addicted to porn or they want to add other people that I just know.
We're just speaking from our own
Right.
advice or
So now
or
I'm
perspective.
looking at it in a long relationship. Like, hey, if we keep it within the confines, that's going to last longer. But who knows? They could be together for time and all eternity, still fucking in the nursing home.
I was going to say, I'm sure there's many out there that have been
Nursing
doing
homes
it
are
for
dirty.
30 years,
They get dirty in them nursing homes. I done heard it.
Oh,
I
yeah.
have friends that work in there. They're nasty. Old people are gross.
When they're going at it, you're supposed to leave them alone.
Yeah.
Oh, it's kind of okay.
Either join in or leave it alone. Whichever you prefer.
I mean, you see the cruise ships with like the upside down
Oh, yeah.
pineapples and stuff. Like, I'm sure that's an older couple, and it's just like, I wonder if. And then now here comes the question: what if it started within the confines of the marriage, and they just got vanilla that they had to open it up now?
But how many of those have
Seems like a
ended?
big fucking door to
so you've
open.
had the swinger situation, and now two of the swingers now have a connection, and
Right. I mean, there's just it's a wild.
Right.
It's a-
Okay. See, that's been a huge thing for me. Like, if I was to ever be in a like, what if my partner, we get together with this other couple, and then they start having feelings, and like me and this girl obviously don't have feelings, whatever.
Right.
And then now she's gonna start
Yeah.
they're asking more and more. Can we go swing with them? Because
more
swingers,
and more, or she's gonna start like
Yeah, because then
stepping
it's a
out.
safety thing. It's a clean thing.
And swingers also don't. A lot of times, it's not one couple that they're swinging with.
Mm-hmm.
But if that couple is the wife in the situation is constantly like, we need to be with this couple. Let's go to this couple. Let's go to this couple again. Then things
she
are
liked the
starting
way
to
the
get
dick tastes.
yes. Things are starting to get a little suspicious at that point because swingers usually just don't stick to one couple.
Or she just start both of those two people in each of those relationships just start stepping out together and going outside the parameters of what this should be, like, and then it becomes cheating.
It's interesting. I want to ask questions, but I know for a fact I can never be in a polyamorous relationship.
No.
Like, not at all. It would not work. I'm a secure man, but as soon as someone said I need a polyamorous relationship, I'd be like, well, you know what? This is an open relationship because I'm out and you're free to do what you need to do.
I'm not a jealous person, but
No.
I'm not gonna.
I'm not
dealing with that.
And I really don't like, I've even gone into like the dating apps. Like, I don't care if I'm not your choice, but I'm not going to compete. I know what I offer. I know who I am. I'm not going to be your second place, and I don't expect the other person to be second. Right. So why would I want to bring that into a relationship? If someone said, hey, I want to try this guy, I'm like, well, go try him because guess what? We're done.
Yeah, have fun.
Yeah. Tell me how the dick tastes. No, don't block me.
Well,
Please.
that's great because you have your self-confidence and you know what you want and what you don't want. You're not just allowing this pretty girl to lead you down a path that you don't truly want.
So now that you said I have self-confidence, do you think that people that are open lack some type of self-confidence with themselves and they're trying to get validation?
Yes.
That or it's a sexual addiction.
Okay.
I
makes
think
sense.
even with that, there's insecurities with an addiction, with that kind of addiction, because it's just like any addiction. There are insecurities within that addiction.
Yeah.
Or you're
And-
covering something up, or
Yeah.
you're
Well, and let's just be honest. Even secure people have insecurities. Like,
Yeah.
I
Of
have
course, yeah.
insecurities, but I'm secure in what I offer and things like that. So yeah, that's I'm really
We gotta-
intrigued.
yeah.
We
gotta get a polyamorous couple in here.
Anybody, if you're listening this far, we thank you. But if you know anybody who's in a polyamorous or a swinger couple, we want to have them on the show, not to berate them. We just have so many questions.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm
I just
sure
want to
there's
know.
many more people that have these questions.
Yeah.
It's interesting.
That, and then I also want someone who is in the LGBTQ community. I want to know what the dating apps are on like that. I found this TikTok where he makes fun of like guys on dating apps, right? Well, he does one with his friend who's gay. So he's like, gay guys on dating apps, and I'm like, wait, what? They say shit like that? Like, I'm just like, whoa, mind blown. I want to know that stuff too, because that's a whole different realm.
Yeah.
But this has been a great show, Michelle. We thank you for coming on, and it's because your TikTok made 10,000 views. And
Would you
made
have
a
come
bet.
on if you didn't get the 10,000 likes or views?
Probably eventually.
Yeah. I knew it. I knew it.
But what's the views at now? Like 11,000?
It was 12 last time I looked.
Well, geez.
You can't handle this.
What was it about that it got so many?
I wish I knew.
Like you,
'cause,
would you
after
guys just
that-
come to this
It's
like
at 13.4.
if you get this many likes, then you have to be on the show, and then you posted something and it just happened to do it?
No. Her post,
I had posted the bucket list.
the bucket list thing, and then I don't know. I made a comment on it, just like, "Oh, you should be on the show," and then she said, "I'll make you a deal.
Okay.
If my post that I just posted got 10,000 views,
I did not think it was going to get there.
and then
And it just so
and then,
happened
like,
to.
yeah, and then it just so happened
That's
to.
great.
Yeah, and then I made a video like, "Oh, let's set the date."
Yeah.
Like you're coming on, and here she is.
Yeah.
Well, have you had a good time?
Yeah.
Do
Yeah.
you-
worth it?
Are we cool? Do you like us?
Y'all are good. Y'all are good.
Well, put out a good
Fun to
word.
hang out with.
Yeah, you should make a TikTok right now while we're still live doing the podcast. Just make a TikTok of yourself and then like show us in it and post it.
No, we can just put all of us in it
Well, that's what I meant.
at one time.
Like, yeah,
What am I? I don't want to say things.
just say whatever you want. Hey, just did an episode with that stupid dating show. Here's Eric and Rain. Blah blah blah. Something gay like that, you know.
So,
He's all about the. He's all about
I
that.
don't know why this was so. This is easier in my car when I'm by myself.
Right.
It's so much easier.
It's the only time Eric does it.
Hold on. I don't want to do live. Okay.
Get in here, Rain.
I don't think.
Yeah, there we go.
Hey. Oh, yeah.
Hey y'all, just recording an episode of That Stupid Dating Show with these guys back here.
These fuckers.
Yeah, we're fucking idiots.
Check it
Follow
out.
us.
Check it out. Go follow them. If you haven't, you're dumb.
That stupid
Bye.
dating show.
Look at these guns.
Oh God.
That was great. Now post that shit.
That's gonna get
and we'll
10,000
end this
views.
episode.
You might need
Michelle.
to post it outside
Probably.
because the signal in this house is pretty.
Oh, well,
Oh.
yeah.
Stop that
It'll post either way.
right now.
Michelle, we really appreciate you. It's been awesome. Thanks for
Okay.
getting so many likes and showing that stupid dating show to so many more people. Eric, you got anything
No,
for
good.
old Michelle here?
Nope.
Okay. Last question.
Oh God.
What do you rate us between 1 and 10?
here we go.
I knew this was
Oh,
coming.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Here we go. Fuck yeah. Let
Hmm.
me stop recording. I'm just kidding.
Eric, I gotta give like a 9,
Oh man,
but I also know him better.
that's true. We
So
know each other
there's
outside
that.
of this podcast,
Oh,
like
yeah.
TikToking.
Yeah, TikTok.
Okay.
You know, I'll give you like a 7, Rain.
Okay. I'm good with 7.
like a 7.
Yeah. Yeah. Fuck
7's
yeah.
good.
I like a 7.
Okay.
It's my lucky number.
All right.
Not really, but
Mine's
If you
4.
had hair, it might be an 8, but
I thought you liked bald guys.
nope.
Oh. That's true.
Yeah.
If well, next time you come, I'll have a wig.
Okay.
But you know what?
please do.
I will say that because you always rock the hat.
Yeah.
And like you.
This is my hair.
Yeah. I mean, but
That's
you
how I
rock,
look at it.
you rock the hat way better than I would, and I have a full
hold
head.
on. What if it's like this?
Oh, that
Ooh.
looks better.
Are you kidding
That
me?
looks better.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie.
It looks better, Rain.
I've been told it looks worse.
It looks.
I
It looks
disagree.
better.
You think so?
Yes. I
disagree.
That's so funny.
Yeah, the Ford. The
Yeah.
I
Ford
feel
hat.
weird like seeing the,
No, I think it looks
No,
good. You
That's
should rock
hilarious.
Much better forward.
Anyways, thank you so much for coming. Eric is gay and
it. Oh, for a G.
Do you like try to manifest that so all of your dreams can come true?
Oh.
it only took 60 episodes for somebody to fucking figure it out. Yeah. He said something about the other day. It's like, you know what? Maybe you're the gay one since you're always bringing it up.
I really think you're trying to manifest it.
Well, I'll let you know when it happens.
Okay.
I'm not interested.
Not yet.
It takes time to develop the connection, Eric.
I get it. All right.
Oh, yeah. Anyways, thanks for listening to that Stupid Dang Show. We are out.